everybody, welcome back. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, my name is JoJo, and on this channel I share with you our family's journey to financial freedom. For us, that includes paying off debt, we are also investing, and we are saving. My little puppy is in here right now, so you guys might hear him. He's rolling around and just pretty much being a puppy. He's actually chasing and chewing his tail right now. He's so silly. Anyways, sorry, he's very distracting. Today's video, I am going to be tracking our expenses, and that's going to double as a weekly check-in, which previously for me, those were two separate videos. Those were two separate processes in our budget. I just transitioned to the EveryDollar app using our budget. I used to do a paper budget, and I'm really enjoying the EveryDollar app so far. So today I'm just going to shrink myself down to the corner of the screen, and I'm going to go through the app showing you guys pretty much what transactions had happened. For us, that will be income. There's also going to be bills, some variable spending, and sinking funds. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we are at the EveryDollar webpage, and this is the month of February. I'm just going to start here at the top with the W-2 section. My husband and I both got paid, so this is where you see this March 3rd W-2. And I did also add a note down here just because of before, when we were on a paper budget tracking system, I would do paycheck by paycheck budgets, and I'm just used to referencing these as income 1 and income 2 and paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. For now, just to make sure that I can kind of keep things sorted in my mind, I'm going to continue that in the notes section. That might not always be the case, but we had income 1 and income 2 come in as expected. Then the other income was interest from my checking account. It's really not that much, but I do track down to the penny. That's definitely not necessary. That's just my budgeting style. And there was also this $25 of extra income. I had sold something on Facebook Marketplace, and then my daughter, I had purchased something for her a couple weeks ago, and I pitched in $5 for her to purchase it, but she'd also had some money from just her piggy bank, her allowance, and then some money from her grandparents back from Valentine's Day. They'd sent the kids some money, and so that was $15. And I think I noted here, yeah, that that was from Pumpkin, that's her nickname, and then the Facebook Marketplace sale. That is it for income so far. This is my week 3 check-in for February. Next were some bills, giving that had come in. I am still using my transaction log just to organize it so that when I come and make these videos for you guys once a week, it's easier for me to track the expenses. So I am still tracking on my paper transaction log. But giving had come in as expected. It's $51.10. We also had the mortgage that had come in, internet had come in. Next is, I'm going to come back up here to the variable expenses, but I do count these as bills still. But my student loan payment, the $500, that had come out. My Roth IRA, I had contributed to that. We had also contributed to our family brokerage account, that's through M1, and then I currently have an M1 brokerage account for my kids. I'm going to look into their UTMA options. I think they might have an UTMA option, and that just allows for some tax benefits if it's a dependent care brokerage as opposed to your own personal brokerage account. I really like using M1 as opposed to the previous investing platform. I used to use Vanguard, but you had to be able to, in order to invest in ETFs, which is what I mostly invest in, you had to be able to purchase the entire stock. But M1, you can do partial shares, which is very convenient and flexible because I don't always have $400 available to purchase an entire stock. So those had come out. That was it for bills. Next was our variable expenses over here with our fun money. These were the two that I had tracked. There was just eating out is what this usually is. We'd gone to Taco Bell and we'd also gone to Wendy's, both of these purchases. Next was household and pets. This we had gone over quite a bit. It kind of just caught up with us. We needed medicine and things like that for our pets, but this was food for pets. Actually, there was a lot. So, this just shows you guys, because it's tracked under here under groceries this March 3rd, but this is the whole reason why I transitioned to this EveryDollar budget system is because of one of my subscribers had suggested that I use this when they were watching my expense tracking video, because of I will split transactions. And the convenient thing with the EveryDollar app is that, or the web version, is that you can split the transactions, which is what I did here. This was a purchase for a total of $149.03 at Walmart, but I had spent about $26. Oh no, this was at Costco actually. I spent about $26 on dog food, and then I'd also spent $23. This was like for face cream, and then the rest of it was groceries. But I could just type in this entire $149.03, and then you can just come down here and select whatever category you want to split that receipt up into and plug it in. It'll automatically give you the remaining and show you if you have tracked everything. And if you've tracked everything, it'll show this $0 down here remaining. I am really loving this feature. Next was my husband. He had spent $15. That was just at like a gas station or something. Then this was my spending. This was that groceries one where this was face cream, but that's where that transaction tracking had come from. And then this $10.77 was just a purchase for lunch at my work at the cafe there. This miscellaneous, honestly, these are just random little tidbits when my kids want a treat from the store or anything like that. That's usually what this miscellaneous is. I did, the reason why we are so over already for this month is because I did also use that to track some donations that we had made. Then gas. This first one right here, this March 3rd, the $68.01, that was me filling up. But since I had originally gone through half of February on my paper budget, I needed to transcribe my tracking from the paper budget into this app, and I forgot to do that for gas for some reason. But what we had spent by the end of week 2 before I made that transition was a total of $153.64. So that's why you guys see this here tracked on March 4th, and it's why it's such a large amount. Groceries, we had spent $100.03. That was just at Costco. But again, if you'd been following my videos, I've been having issues with the Walmart grocery pickup where things are pending for such a long time. And that's the same situation here. I'm just keeping an eye on it, waiting for it to clear, and then I'll track it. So that is it for our income, fixed expenses / bills, and variable expenses. Now we'll move down to sinking funds, which I have to tell you guys, I am loving having my sinking funds be trackable like this. It is so easy because I have a lot of sinking funds and it can be cumbersome to track them all. I do have an Excel document, but I just love that everything is in one snapshot location, and it's also available on my phone because I don't carry my paper budget with me. And so I have access to it literally at my fingertips at all times. And my husband has access to it too, which is awesome. Now let's just move down to look at sinking funds purchases. First one up is electronics. That was for $90. This next one here, it says certifications, because right here we have the certifications. I started out with only $169 in this certification sinking fund. If you've been following me, have been watching my goals, my original 2022 goals video, I talked about wanting to get my PALS or Pediatric Advanced Life Support certification. I've finally been able to get registered for that class. They hired a new instructor, so they were able to release a lot more classes to people to enroll in, and it's a $300 class, you guys. So I only had $169 from certifications. Just looking at my sinking funds where I had other money from that I could pull that wasn't in need of use, and electronics is where I found that. So I did it again as a split transaction. I'm really loving that option. I put the total as this $300, added the split, typed in, tapped out on that certifications at the 169, and then pulled the remaining amount, the 131, from electronics, and boom, it was just automatically tracked. It tells me how much I have left. This electronic sinking fund is mainly building up for a computer. My computer is really old, as you guys can probably tell by the camera. I filmed the introduction on my phone because the video I posted previously with the intro on my computer camera, the quality is so poor. And I was just like, I got to look at another way to film the intro because with me being a small down in the corner, it's not that big of a deal in this sort of situation. But for the intro, it was really bad, you guys, really bad. So I apologize for that. Next is this electronics for $16.45. Again, old computer, really bad sound quality. So I purchased a mic for $16.45, and it's really doing a great job for that price point. And then I had a refund for a t-shirt that I purchased. They weren't able, it was through my work. They weren't able to do the screen on the t-shirt, so they refunded us. It was $20. So that's tracked right here, this plus 20. I currently have $170.27. I'm building that up for a spa day with my mom. It looks like I'm gonna have plenty available for that. And that was it. That was all that had happened for sinking funds. Next week, I'm going to be closing out this budget. We'll see how much money we have left over as cash flow for the month of February to throw at debt. So stay tuned for next week. That is it. That is the weekly check-in for this week, and also the expense tracking all rolled into one. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you next time.